This is what Christ is talking about when he says the kingdom cometh not by observation. We must actively work and keep the law in order to bring forth the kingdom. The power to bring forth the kingdom of heaven, the onus was always placed on us. The power to bring forth the kingdom of Israel has always been on us. The Most High said, if I had gave the Gentiles my law, surely they would have followed it. And now I see what the Most High is talking about. Our people are spoiled when we have nothing. Their reasoning for being in the wilderness had nothing to do with serving the Most High. It had to do with survival. I need to escape death. Many of the children of Israel left Egypt to survive, not to serve. This is why at every turn, they would say things like, oh, he brought us out here in the wilderness to die. Or we would have been better off just dying in Egypt. I would have rather died in slavery than be free. Rebellion was in their hearts first. Finding new reasons to complain and murmur against Moses was just a reflection of that fact. It got to the point to where the people had turned so much against Moses, they was worried about who the man married. Exodus chapter 16, verse 2.
Exodus chapter 16, verse 2.
Water.
And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness.
Every single person in the wilderness had something to say. None of them stood up when Pharaoh was trying to keep them in Egypt. None of them said, yeah, we want to go. They were just sitting there like, what he going to do to Moses and Aaron? No. Mm-hmm. Nobody had nothing to say when Moses and Aaron was putting their lives on the line to free these people. None of them had nothing to say. But you get into the wilderness, and now all of a sudden you got an opinion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think we should be traveling this way. I think we should circle back around, but Moses, the Most High ain't dealing with him the way he dealing with me. He ain't dealing with Moses the way he dealing with me. That's why Moses and Aaron can't see it. They in his spirit. Moses done got high-minded,
That's an interesting thing about opinionated people because they have the most difficult time obeying anything. Right? Because they're always spending too much time trying to get everybody to see things the way they see it. Mm-hmm. That's a problem with opinionated people.
See, and the Most High tells us why he chose Moses. Mm-hmm. He said Moses was the meekest in all the earth. Moses did not see himself as a leader. Neither did he want to be a leader. Mm-hmm. Listen, if you have a desire to lead, you are not a leader.
Say that again.
If you have a desire to lead, you are not a leader. The Most High said he shall make the greatest among you their servants. We, even though his title is elder, my title is bishop, we're servants. I was thrust into this position. I didn't want to teach. Not yet. Mm-hmm. I was a reader and I was happy being a reader. Mm-hmm. I was thrust into this position. Elder, same thing. Nobody said, I want to lead the people. Moses wasn't talking about something, choose me to hike these people up out of the land of Israel. I can do it. Korah didn't have a backbone. And if he did, he would have been the one to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. Mm-hmm. Instead, he waited for Moses to do all the legwork to come up there and say, well, I think I can do a better job. Where you at now? Sound like the earth opened up and swallowed them up. Read.
Verse 3. And the children of Israel said unto them, would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full. For ye have brought us forth into the wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger.
So check out what they're saying here. They're coming at Moses saying that the Most High isn't leading you. You are leading us. Notice what they say here. They say, would to God we had died at the hand of the Lord in Egypt? We might as well have died in Egypt. We sat by flesh pots. We had meat. We had bread. But you, Moses, you, Moses, have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill the whole assembly of hunger. Not even an ounce of faith. Read. Check out what the Most High does.
Verse 4. Then the Lord said unto Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you.
The Most High loved and cared about our people, those complainers, so much. Cared about those complainers so much. He said, I'm going to rain bread from heaven for you. Read.
And the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day.
But check out what the Most High says after this. Read.
That I may prove them.
That he may what?
Prove them.
The same way he proved Abraham. The scriptures say, if thou shouldest beget a friend, let ye first prove him. Most High says that I might prove them. That I might prove them. Why? Read.
Whether they will walk in my law or no.
So you won't walk in my law hungry. Let's see if you'll walk in my law full.
Yep.
Let's see if you'll walk in my law full. Let's drop down to verse 18 in the same chapter, Exodus chapter 16, verse 18.
And when they did this meat, with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack.
He that gathered little had no lack. There was more than enough to feed everyone. They would be full with bread, and they would have meat in the mornings and bread in the evenings. Read.
They gathered every man according to his eating. And Moses said, let no man leave it till the morning.
Moses said, listen, it's raining bread from heaven for you. All I need you to do is leave nothing of it till the morning. That's it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Eat it all before the next day. Read.
Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses. But some of them left it till the morning, and they bred worms and stank. And Moses was wroth with them.
And you see why Moses was mad all the time. It's like, I asked you to do one thing. They found ways to be rebellious. Sounds like our people, huh? It's like I put you in the perfect position to keep my law, but yet you still find a way to be disobedient. You know that person in the body where there's always a problem? I don't know if I agree with what the elder said. I don't know if I agree with the bishop. I don't know if his spirit just seems off to me this Sabbath. You think the elder might have something going on? I just see something around him that's foul. Talking to people in the body. You don't go to the elder and say, hey, you dealing with something? I just wanted to conversate with you. Instead, you start going to the people in the body. They always got a problem. I don't know why they had Sister Teresa make the chicken this weekend. It's like, hold up, ain't you eating for free? What you got a problem with? Who cooking for? Always something. Got a new reason. Because check this out. Sister Teresa made the chicken this week. It's like, all right, so you got a problem with Sister Teresa making the chicken? You said that your chicken better than her chicken? How about this? We'll give you everything you need for you to make the chicken. And now next week, she like, well, I'm the only one got to make the chicken. Seem like every week they want me to make the chicken. So ain't what's what you wanted?
Mm-hmm.
These people, oh, why they having church at their house? It just seems a little unprofessional. It's not a professional setting. And he be like, well, Christ taught from houses. Mm-hmm. And they'll say, I don't know if I could have did that. I don't know if I would have sat on the ceiling just to hear Christ speak. I don't know about all of that. I'd just be done rolled off. These are the rebels. These are the murmurers. These are the complainers. You live with them every day. You see them every day.
Yep.
You just don't perceive it. These are the people who will get you killed.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? Those same complainers, they will sell you for a jar of wine. Not a glass, not a bottle, but a jar. Bootleg wine we talking about. These same complainers will sell you for a morsel of meat and a jar of wine. Moses asked them to do one thing. Couldn't be obedient in that. Most High made it rain bread from heaven. Angel food, manna. And still they couldn't obey. Still they couldn't obey. The Most High would prove that these people in this generation were short-sighted and impossible to please because their intent was never to follow the Most High, but rather to escape death. That's why they're always talking about death. Mm-hmm. Notice how they automatically jump to, well, we could have died in Egypt. Mm-hmm. You brought us out here to die. The reason why they automatically jump to death is because the only thing that they were trying to avoid was death.
Yep.
See, a person with faith would say, the Most High wouldn't have done all that work to bring us out of Egypt just to kill us here.
That's right.
That's what a faithful person would say. Mm-hmm. You mean to tell me that an angel brought me to a portal just to get me in this wilderness to kill me? Nah, something's gonna come along. The Most High gonna show up.
Yep. And
the Most High does show up, and the complainer's gonna complain. You know, this angel food.
Yeah, they don't find.
Could use some gravy.
That's what they do.
Ain't no gravy to go with this with this angel food, you know. Could have used some marinade, some gravy, a little thyme. Always got something. Moses, you ain't got no gravy to go with this bread. In Egypt, we had gravy. Give us gravy lest we die. Numbers chapter 20, verse 4.
Numbers chapter 20, verse 4. And why have you brought up the congregation of the Lord into the wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there?
See that word die again? Why have you brought the congregation into this wilderness to die? And keep in mind, these people got cattle. They got cattle. So you got meat. You got bread. Read.
Verse 5. And wherefore have you made us come up out of Egypt?
Wait, hold up. Moses like, I made you come out of Egypt? You mean to tell me I grabbed you by the back of your neck and pulled you out of Egypt? It says, wherefore ye made us come up out of Egypt, read.
To bring us into this evil place.
See the ungrateful, wicked nature of our people? And keep in mind, this is what's going to be taking place in the wilderness to come. There will be people who are witnessing death, armies murdering people, martial law. We are going to be in the wilderness amongst each other, and they're going to be like, you brought us to this evil place. It's like, hold up, this place is evil? Did you not see the rest of the earth on your way here? You brought us out of Egypt. And keep in mind the way that they grandize Egypt in their minds. That's the mind of a slave. I'm going to say that again. Notice how they don't have an evil word to say about Egypt. The place that oppressed them, the place that murdered them. The people that want the nation that wanted to keep them captive. They had not a word to say evil about it. It says, after you've served me and after I've blessed you, after you've eaten and become full. Verse 12, read.
Verse 12, then beware, lest thou forget the Lord.
Lest you forget the Most High. Why does the Most High always have to remind the children of Israel of forgetfulness? See, you get rich and you forgot what it was like to be poor.
Yeah.
You got your own kingdom and you forgot what it was like to serve in one. So now you begin compromising. Now you begin to think, oh, wow. Maybe we are gods here on earth. Look at all that we have. Look at all that we've gained. Look at all the battles we've won. Maybe it's just us. Maybe I'm just like this. You begin to forget the Most High. I posted something the other day that says, remember to humble yourself every day because pride will cause you to miss when the Holy Spirit is trying to move. I'm going to say that again. Remember to humble yourself every day because pride will cause you to miss when the Holy Spirit is trying to move. This is essentially what happens to the children of Israel every time we get a little bit of what the Most High has given us. Peace on earth existed for 40 years during David's reign. Just 40 years. That's the longest we could keep straight. 40 years. A whole generation didn't even have an opportunity to die off yet before the children of Israel went back to their old ways. It says, after you've eaten and be full, then beware lest thou forget the Most High. Read.
Which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
You are now free. Don't in your freedom forget what it was like to be a slave. And forget what the Most High did to free you.
Come on.
Verse 13.
Verse 13, thou shalt fear the Lord thy God and serve him, and shalt swear by his name. Ye shall not go after other gods, of the gods of the people which were around about you. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee.
Why is he a jealous God? You're his only people. So if you're his only people, why do we have multiple gods? It's the same thing. It's the same issue with the multiple wives doctrine. Why? The Most High is committed to us, and we've committed to him. In creation, the Most High has always created one man for one woman. Ye shall twain be one flesh. That's the way it's always operated, according to the Most High. Why should the Most High be committed to one? Why should the Most High be committed to one while you get to have many? Please, you're setting bad habits. Because guess what? The Most High created man and woman for marriage. And if you can't stay faithful to one woman, what makes you think you can stay faithful to one God, to one doctrine, to one friend? You're setting bad habits.
For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you,
lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee,
Lest the anger of the Most High thy God be kindled against thee. Read.
and destroy thee from off the face of the earth.
The Most High, when giving us the laws we are to keep, gave us a credo and gave us a credo. He gave us the laws we were to keep and a credo that we were to speak, tells us that we should fear him. Why should we fear a God who loves us so much? This is a God that through all the wickedness that we've done, like I said, we have 40 good years as a people. In the entire existence of the children of Israel coming out of Egypt until now, we had about 40 good years under David. Why should a God who have love for a nation that has been nothing but wicked, why should we fear that God? Because he showed his wrath against the heathen and those who came against us. Right? Mm-hmm. Look at what he did to the Egyptians. Look at what he did to the Greeks. Look at what he did to the Assyrians. Look at what he did to the Babylonians. Mm-hmm. Look at what he did to the nations as we were passing through colonizing Israel, the land of Canaan. He promised wrath for those of our people who forget him and serve other gods. This is what Christ is talking about when he says the kingdom cometh not by observation. We must actively work and keep the law in order to bring forth the kingdom. The power to bring forth the kingdom of heaven, the onus was always placed on us. The power to bring forth the kingdom of Israel has always been on us. All the suffering, all the pain, all of that is our fault. Slavery was indeed a choice. He said, you do this or you go into slavery. And we said, it's a difficult choice, but I got to go with slavery. The choice was always set before us. The Most High said he sets before all man a choice, good or evil, life or death. Therefore, choose life. The choice was always there. Therefore, the onus was always on us. We could have brought forth the kingdom of Israel centuries ago. Millennia ago. Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 21.
Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 21. And I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, thine eyes have seen all that the Lord your God hath done unto these two kings.
The Most High said, Joshua said, you've seen all that the Most High has done unto these kings. Read.
So shall the Lord do unto all the kingdoms whither thou passest.
He is going to destroy all of the nations that we pass on our way to taking the kingdom. So we're witnessing the wrath of the Most High on all of these nations. Right? We're witnessing the wrath of the Most High on all of these nations. But what are we thinking? Because the Most High is utilizing his people to do so, we start thinking, maybe we just like that. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, the children of Israel are not only heir to the promise, but we're heir to his power. So because we possess such power and righteousness, you begin to forget where that power, where the source of that power comes from. And that very God that gave you that power can use his power to flip yours to serve the nations. Now, all of that power that you felt in freedom, you're using for the enemy and slavery. It's the same power. No difference. It's the same power, but used two different ways. Will you choose to use your power to bring forth God's kingdom, your kingdom, the kingdom that the Most High is bringing for you, or will you continue to break his law and build the kingdom of the unrighteous? See, we're not at the point now. The time is almost it's towards the end where if you choose to build the enemy's kingdom, you're just going to die with it. This kingdom will end. It will come to an end. You will fall with it. So will you choose to fall with Esau's kingdom, or will you choose to rise with Jacob's kingdom to come? This is what the series on the path to the kingdom is all about. Making a choice. The kingdom cometh not by observation. You can't sit on your hands and say, well, it's coming soon. By and by. It's coming. I just got to sit here and tarry. I just got to tarry for a while. Christ said, no, the kingdom cometh not by observation. You can't sit on your hands for this one, Israel. You got to get to work. You have to establish the government that I left. Joshua said, thine eyes have seen all that the Most High has done unto these two kings, and he will do it again unto all the kingdoms that thou passest. So realize what the Most High is doing here. He gave us the power to build kingdom, but also the power to tear down kingdoms. Understand, every kingdom that exists, every major kingdom that has existed in our history, we built because of our sin. But guess what happened to those kingdoms when we left and served our God? Those kingdoms fell. Why do you think Esau's kingdom is ending as ours is beginning? Because our people are coming back to the Most High and are choosing to serve the Most High. And when we choose to serve the Most High instead of the God of the nation we're serving, that God falls. That kingdom falls. Thus our kingdom comes.
That's right.
Deuteronomy 28:25.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies.
He shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Read.
Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
Now check this out. You see the paradox here. Chapter 3, verse 21 in Deuteronomy says that the Most High will smite all the nations before us, should we serve him. And then Deuteronomy 28:25 says he will cause us to be smitten before all of our enemies, and then cause us to serve in all of those kingdoms. There's a paradox here. He says, I will either give you the power to destroy kingdoms and bring forth your own, or I will cause you to be destroyed by kingdoms and serve those kingdoms. The kingdom of heaven is within you. The kingdom of God is within you. The power of God is within you. Read.
And in the verse 9, and in the 8th part, a multitude of specters and attacks of the Shadim.
Specters and Shadim is demons and poltergeist. So you're going to begin to see high spiritual activity, people losing their minds. You got a dude that was running around butt naked on the street attacking a car. Ariel posted it the other day. I'm like, I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, these people are really losing their minds out here. The attacks of the spectre and the Shadim. And how do we know that you have the Shadim is poltergeist? This is where demons are directly physically attacking you. So this means you're getting beat up by a spirit, basically. You're getting your behind kicked by a spirit. And the multitude of specters is the demons that inhabit people. Right? And how do specters begin to inhabit people? And you want to know what's interesting? What was the name? Who in here has seen the show Moon Knight? What was the name of the brother who had schizophrenia? You had Steven, and what was the other guy's name? Mark what? Mark Spector. This brother had multiple split personalities in his head.
No, the idiot's back.
Which we know is demonic activity. And the main character's name who was left was Mark Spector. The symbolism is wild, isn't it, y'all? They put it right in front of you. They put it right in front of you. The attack of mental health, demonic activity, even to the point to where when you see the show, you got people who are being housed by gods as avatars. Come on, y'all. They know. They're putting it right in front of you. This is why the scriptures say study to show thyself approved. The multitude of specters and the attacks of the Shadim. Mental health. Keep in mind, what are these drugs called? Gateway drugs? Gateways for what? Demons, specters. Verse 10.
Verse 10. And in the ninth part, the fall of fire.
All out warfare. Nuclear, atomic warfare. Read.
Verse 11. And in the 10th part, rapine and much oppression.
Rapine and much oppression. Now you're seeing martial law take place. People shutting down cities, putting people on curfews, taking away weapons and guns, rationing food. Read.
Verse 12. And in the 11th part, wickedness and unchastity.
Straight up sin. Read.
And in the 12th part, confusion from the mingling together of all those things aforesaid.
So now you're having all these things happening at the same time. Straight up chaos. Verse 14.
For these parts of that time is reserved, and shall be mingled one with another, and minister one to another.
One will cause another, and another will cause another, and another will cause another, and they're all mingled together. Read.
Verse 15. For some shall leave out some of their own.
There'll be some that never get one. Read.
And receive in its stead from others.
So receive from another. So it may not have. So one spot may not have the fall of fire, but it has famine and drought. Read.
And some complete their own and that of others.
Some complete all of them. Read.
So that those may not understand who are upon the earth in those days. And this is the consummation of the times.
It says that so that those may not understand who are upon the earth that this is the consummation of the times. That this is the end. Can you imagine with all that going on, people don't know that this is the end, that this earth is coming to an end? Oh, it'll all blow over. It'll all come to an end at some point, and you know what? We're going to live in peace and harmony afterward. Nope. This is the end. This is the end. Let's get Baruch chapter 28, verse 7. Where is this going to happen? Read.
Baruch, second Baruch, chapter 28, verse 7. Is it in one place or in one of the parts of the earth that those things are to come to pass? Or will the whole earth experience them?
What's the Most High in Christ's answer? 29 verse 1. Second Baruch chapter 29 verse 1.
And he answered and said unto me, whatsoever will then befall the whole earth. Therefore, all who live will experience them.
Everyone, everywhere is going to experience these 12 parts. Everyone, everywhere will experience these 12 parts. Now you see why we need to arm ourselves? Now you see why Christ said, hey, man, listen, if you got person script, but if you don't have a sword, sell your garment and buy one. You're going to need it. And lo and behold, the second Christ died, the disciples needed it. They were strapped, just like we will need to be strapped when these times come. Because just as we are doing the work, there will be those who seek to stop the earth, to stop the work. Salakia. Verse 2.
Verse 2. For at that time I will protect only those who are found in those selfsame days in this land.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass.
That's the wilderness, people. What we talked about week 1. That's the wilderness. We're going to slowly, the Most High is going to continue, the Most High and the Holy Spirit is going to slowly begin to move our people towards this place, the same place where we were kept before we entered into the land of Egypt, entered into the land of Egypt, Israel coming out of Egypt. That same wilderness where we'll be brought before the face of the Most High and be taken under the rod again. Read.
Verse 3, and it shall come to pass, when all is accomplished that was to come to pass in those parts, that the Messiah shall then begin to be revealed.
He will begin to be revealed. Read.
And Behemoth shall be revealed from his place, and Leviathan shall ascend from the sea. Those two great monsters which I created on the fifth day of creation.
Notice, remember that movie that they brought out with Kong versus Goliath? But Godzilla. Kong is revealed from his place, and all of a sudden, because keep in mind, Behemoth is a land animal, much like Kong, right? Kong was hidden. And then you had Godzilla, who is a water creature, right? And both of them at the same time, the same time Behemoth or Kong was revealed, Godzilla revealed himself, or Leviathan, the sea creature. They know this stuff. This isn't new to them. Read.
Verse 5, the earth also shall yield its fruit 10,000-fold, and on each vine there shall be 1,000 branches, and each branch shall produce 1,000 clusters, and each cluster shall produce 1,000 grapes, and each grape produce a core of wine.
So we're going to drop down to verse 8. We're going to get into more of what that's talking about when we go next week into specifically the consummation of the times and what the consummation looks like. So next week, we'll probably call it the trials to the kingdom and the kingdom. Trials to the kingdom and the kingdom.
And the kingdom. Okay. Verse 8, and it shall come to pass at that self same time that the treasury of manna shall again descend from on high.
So the Most High will use manna to feed the children of Israel. Read.
And they will eat of it in those years, because these are they who have come to the consummation of time.
So people think that when we look at the consummation of the times in the wilderness, that it's all going to be bad. No, we're going to be blessed in there. There's going to be manna. There's going to be grapes. We're going to be fed. We're going to be well fed. So the people who are acting a fool will be acting a fool under their own volition, which is why the Most High will destroy them. The purging of the rebels. Read.
And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these things, they shall lay their hands on you.
They shall do what?
Lay their hands on you.
They shall what?
Lay their hands on you.
Why do you think Christ said, sell your garment and buy a sword? They shall lay their hands on you, what?
And persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prison.
And into prisons. Read.
Being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake.
For whose name's sake?
My name's sake.
For whose name's sake?
My name's sake.
For the Most High and Christ's name's sake. And they shall say what?
And they shall turn to you for a testimony.
Defend yourself. Speak for yourself. Christ, when he was brought before Pilate, he said nothing. Christ didn't defend himself in any way. And still Pilate said, this man is not guilty. I don't see anything. I don't see that he did anything. He's innocent. But I'm washing my hands of this. I'm not going to be responsible for the murder of an innocent man. People will accuse you. People will lie on you. People will come to their conclusions concerning you. You have no need to defend yourself. You don't need to speak for yourself. Don't think about what you need to speak for yourself. What'll happen? Read.
Verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom.
He will give you a mouth and wisdom. What? Read.
Which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Christ will speak for you. Your works will speak for you. There's no need to meditate or struggle on what you're going to say to defend yourself against those who lie on you. For those who bear false witness against you. Christ will give you the words of wisdom to speak so that no one can come against you. We just seen a couple of days ago China showing their military might in Taiwan. Iran creating alliances within the Middle East and civil unrest within Babylon itself. There have been reports of exorbitant amounts of cattle dying, egg factories and farms burning, fresh water being contaminated, all echoing what Ezra stated in 2nd Esdras and what Christ stated in Matthew chapter 24 and here in Luke chapter 21. The Most High's word does not come back void, people. Christ echoes the insurrection that would take place against those who believe and follow him. In these instances, we will be asked to defend ourselves. Speak for those who accuse you. To give a testimony. And it will be Christ who will speak through us on our behalf to defend us. Who will be the they that will lay hands on us? It says they shall lay their hands on you. Who is the they? Let's get verse 16.
Verse 16. And they shall be betrayed by parents.
By who?
By parents.
Read.
And brethren.
By brethren.
And kinfolk.
And kinfolks. Read.
And friends.
And friends. It'll be people who you thought were with you that will be the ones dragging you before your leaders to be persecuted. It will be they who lie on you. It will be your parents, your friends, people who you thought were brothers, your kinsfolk, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your friends will be the ones that lie on you. They will be the ones to seek to have you go before the governments for death. We call it a Judas. Read that again, verse 16.
Verse 16. And ye shall be betrayed by parents,
by
brethren,
kinfolks,
and friends.
And friends. Take inventory. Don't ignore the flags. People will show you who they are. Take inventory now. Because if you don't, understand, it will come back. It shall be they, and ye shall be betrayed by both by thy parents, brethren, kinsfolks, and friends. No one is an exception to this prophecy. Why will you be hated? Verse 17. Oh, wait, finish verse 16.
And some of you shall they cause to be put to death.
And Christ is speaking to his disciples here. He says, and some of you, they shall cause to be put to death. These people in your circles that you don't take inventory of, they could be the death of you. Now you're seeing it in these small matters. It's in the small matters where the Most High is trying to show you, hey, mark that. Pay attention to that. It's small, but pay attention to it. Because if you don't now, it's gonna put you to death later. And people think that it's a small thing. Oh man, I don't think that this could get me killed. I don't think that could get me killed. I don't think it was an innocent mistake for her. It was her intentions were clean. Believe me, a person could have you put to death with good intentions. I didn't know that they were going to kill him. I thought that they were in a cult. I thought that they were terrorists. I was just trying to get them out of it. And it's on their cause, through their good intentions, that you were put to death. Take inventory. Take inventory. And even if that person is right in those small situations, how they handle it is important. Are they operating according to Christ, or are they allowing themselves to be used by the enemy? Cities have fallen behind good intentions. Men have died behind good intentions. Read.
Verse 17. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
Why are you angry for being hated? That's a good thing. The scriptures, hey, listen, if you're fitting in, you don't possess Christ. Ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Read.
Verse 18. But there shall not a hair of your head perish.
That's why he said not to fear. Not even a hair of your head will perish. Even in these times, understand for those who keep the commandments of the Most High, there's something called a hedge over you and your family. Not even a hair of your head shall perish, no matter how close the enemy comes. The enemy, that death angel, will pass over. The Bible will be illegal. The word will be illegal. Verse 19.
Verse 19. In your patience, possess your souls.
In your patience, possess ye your souls. Now keep in mind, he's telling us how to make it through these times. He's giving us the blueprint. He says, in your patience, possess ye your souls. What does that mean? Read.
Verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
See, a lot of people are seeing the cities compassed with armies, and they're saying, we gotta go. It's here. It says, no. When you see the cities compassed with armies, know that the desolation thereof is near, not here. That means that you need to kick it into gear. Remember, when the cities were compassed with the Roman armies in 70 AD, they didn't invade right away. They encamped. They encamped. It says, when you shall see Judah compassed with armies, when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is near. It's coming. That's why it says, in patience possess ye your souls. In patience possess ye your souls. Use wisdom. The Most High is your guide. He will tell you when to move. But you have to have patience in order to do that. You're going to see things begin to happen, and the Most High is like, don't move yet. Things are going to continue to happen. The Most High is going to be like, don't move yet. Why? Because you'll flee a lion and run into a bear. In patience possess ye your souls. Wait until I tell you to move.